Hey YouTube, it's Dawson Rider here, proud to bring you another SH Figuarts review of the Kamen Rider Double Heat set, which includes Heat Joker and Heat Trigger forms from Kamen Rider Double. There's a lot to go over, so I'll save anything else I have to say for the end. Let's jump right in with the packaging. In akin to all the other double packaging, this is done very differently. It says Kamen Rider Double instead of Masked Rider, which I like, which they skipped in Gills. Kamen Rider Double, Heat Joker, and Heat Trigger. Picture of Heat Trigger and Heat Joker, although you could never tell because they're in gray. Double logo right here. It is cast in a red color, red crimson-y color. A little bit pale, but it's to show that it's the Heat set, obviously. And then it says Kamen Rider Double right here, Heat Joker. Heat Joker, and yeah, Heat Joker. And then there's blue on the side. Actually, I didn't notice this before, to be honest with you. Heat Joker, Heat Trigger, blue on the side. Black on this side to represent Joker. So that's very nice. They didn't have to do that, different colors on each side. And on the back we got a picture of each of the figures just standing there epically. Shows the accessories it comes with, which we will go over, and the figure art description. Something nice they did is they managed to actually make the box, while thicker, the same size as a regular figure arts box. The same, at least widthwise anyway. So anyway, let us get started with the figures themselves, and then we'll go over the accessories later. Let's start with Heat Trigger. So, you've seen this mold from me reviewed 3 times already with the Heat Joker, the Cyclone Joker, Luna Trigger, and Heat Metal. So, the articulation is the exact same as those. Nice articulation all around here. Swivel, swivel, double, no pun intended, 360 head joint, swiveling at the waist, 2 parts, yes. 360 leg joint, double, swivel, swivel, no, once again, no pun intended. So same articulation, the same articulation for both these figures. If you're watching this video, I'm sure you know Figuarts and they have the same articulation. Detail-wise, he looks good to be just as expected from Double. He looks like he's supposed to. It appears we still have the same problem with Heat of the 2 opposing colors. This kind of shinier color and then a slightly different color with red. It appears that they may have darkened this a little bit to maybe make up for it, but we still got the same problem going on with Heat. The Luna side, all the same color, beautiful. But other than that minor complaint, the parts here are very shiny looking. Let me see if this helps it on. No, well, yeah, let's look at it like this for a sec. Very shiny looking. The light might just make it better. Sorry about all the switching. Anyway, but very shiny looking, very great. The double driver, nicely sculpted. Once again, the memories aren't painted, but the lights in here are maximum drive slot, which does come off. But he still looks very shiny and very nice for what he is supposed to be. Problems I do have with this guy, though, just like with many of my other double figures, is loose legs. I have very loose legs on this guy. My Cyclone Joker has a loose leg, as is my Luna Trigger. My Heat Metal is my only one out of those 3 that doesn't have one. Now, Heat Joker, on the other hand, same articulation. All of his joints are tight, and I'm very pleased because I really like Heat Joker better out of the 2, just a personal preference. And he looks very, very nice as well for what he is supposed to look like. Once again, we got the heat problems going on here, but we just have to live with it by now. The Joker side looks very nice and sleek and black, and the black joint blends in. I should mention this in case someone does. We still have the same black joint problem, but I don't have as huge of an issue as other people do. Once again, compound eyes on both of them, just so I show it. So for what he's supposed to look like, very well detailed, very nice. You've already seen the double mode. This is just a simple repaint. But yes, very nicely done. All of his joints are very tight. I might have a slight looseness, but not enough to tell at all in certain modes. So now, oops, sorry about that. For now, what is actually one of the main features of this set is the plethora of accessories. Here we go. Once again, I kept it in here because it's easier to show. So for trigger, we got 2 trigger magnums. We got regular mode and maximum drive mode, and they are exactly the same as we saw in the trigger magnum. They're highly detailed, outstanding sculpt. And actually, just so you know, I took the liberty of switching his fist out already because I have an absolute horrible time getting the double fist in. So when I do put it in his fist, I don't want to have any trouble and eat camera time up doing that, so I'll put that in. So they're the exact same thing you get with Luna Trigger. You got a bunch of fists here. You got kind of pointy fists for Joker, slightly open molester hands, the fist what I already did, grabbing things hands for the shaft, and then you've got, once again, pointing hands and relaxed hands. Sorry, it's not all in frame. So the standard stuff, but what we're really here to see is the awesome stuff he comes with. Here is the Heat Joker punching fist, and you can put this on any one with heat. I actually thought that this was going to be like you just slide it over the fist, but it's actually done through the ball joint. And there's, I don't know if the camera can tell, but there's actually kind of a sculpt of a fist in there. So that's nice. We'll put that on in just a second. And then we get this nice little baby here, which is the metal shaft doing its final attack with the flames coming off of it, which is absolutely gorgeous. I love this to death. It is so awesome. Just look at those beautiful flames on here. I mean, just so awesome. You could probably use this on one of these, but it wouldn't make any sense since there's no metal. This is really for the to put on your heat metal figure. And I might try to take a picture of that and include it at the end of the review. And just, or I'll cut away and go get him, but just to make sure I have enough time to put this on here, which is easier. It's actually not quite as hard to put this heat fist on heat than it is regular fists. And just like that, it's actually on. So there we go. That looks very cool. You can have him looking very epic in a punching pose. Very, very cool. That they included that to give double full accessories like so. Whoops. So he is punching people out now. And just so Trigger doesn't feel left out, or Heat Trigger rather, let's put his gun in his hand. So, before I give a final verdict, I actually have about 4 minutes left, so I'm going to quickly cut away here for a moment, and I'm going to go get my heat metal and put the shaft in his hands. That sounded wrong, but just so you can see it. So I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. I got the metal shaft with the flames coming out on heat metal. I don't remember if this side's supposed to be here or if it matters from the pictures, but it still looks pretty epic. It's pretty heavy, so I kind of have to rest it on the ground, but that's still awesome that they included that. And it's absolutely a welcome feature to include accessories for previous figures. So let's get on to the final verdict now about these set. This set is very, very cool. I appreciate it so much. This is the first release of 2 Figuarts in one package, sort of like SIC does, just to release all the forms. I'm really surprised that these weren't released in the dual packs as exclusives or individually as exclusives, and I'm super pleased with Bandai that they decided to give this to us as regular releases. Now, I am a huge double freak, so I'm highly biased in a lot of ways, and I absolutely love these figures and that I can get all the forms in the Figuarts style. Quality-wise, I love all the double Figuarts. I think it's a great mold. Everything looks shiny and nice and like Double's supposed to be, except for Luna being a little bit pale. But everything looks absolutely great for the double line. If you can get past the black joints, which is really no big deal since they are toys, they really look phenomenal. They're great figures, and it looks really nice to have all the forms together, and all the weapons are painted nicely. And this set as a whole have 2 great figures. I mean, you might have some of the double problems with a few paint mistakes. I think I got one little nick on him I forgot to mention, and maybe some loose legs, but other than that, they're 2 fantastic figures, and the accessories are just amazing. I mean, you get this nice metal shaft for your other Figuart if you have it, and then accessories for these 2 guys. It's an outstanding set, very well put together. So if you're a double fan and a Figuarts fan, I can highly recommend this. If you're not as much of a completist as me, I could say maybe pass on it if you're not as much of a double fan, just because it is a little pricey unless Ami decides to sell it for 25% off again. But other than that, it's an outstanding set, so I can definitely recommend it unless you're not huge on the whole completist thing. So just at the end here, I'm hoping this will be up on a Saturday, if my plans are correct. And then hopefully on the Sunday there will be the review of the Cyclone set, which I got at the same time. And then we will get back to all your requests. Thank you to all of you for your requests. I'm having trouble to responding to a few of them because YouTube's having given me problems reading my PMs. So for the last 5 or 6, 7 messages, I haven't been able to read them, but I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. Check out my blog at dissaponited.wordpress.com, my secondary blog channel. And so until my next review, this is Dawson Rider, signing out.